Okay, so we're back with another video. Again, I didn't make my bed. Look at that. I got hairy armpits. Wow. Hairiest they've ever freaking been. I want to tell you guys a story. I had an allergic reaction to the immunosuppressant, the Enbrel, and or something. Something happened, right? So I did the injection. I had immediate chest pain. I had pain down my left arm. I had numbness in my right hand. I had a headache. I had pale skin. Just like an overall fatigue, difficulty breathing, right? I'm still a little fatigued, but I'm coming around. I'm feeling a lot better last night and like today than I have been since, and today's Wednesday. So, I mean, it's been 5 days now. Day four, I was like kind of starting to feel back to normal a little bit. I was still having a lot of headaches then, but I ended up going to the ER after like 24 hours, and I'm still alive. That might upset some people, but I'm here. Hi. Um, and so the thing with the ER, they gave me Benadryl, they gave me a steroid, and I noticed the next morning that like the IV spot, I had like a ton of blood in that little patch area, and I never bleed like ever nearly that much, and I bled a ton, right? So it's like I really needed to like adjust my life if I was gonna be on this medication. I have this ongoing feeling of like something is very off. Um, and so I have this ankylosing spondylitis, this juvenile arthritic, whatever. And like, do I nuke my whole immune system, or do I wait for this like science and physiology Nobel Prize studies to start developing, getting further, kind of getting this like taken care of, that they're able to isolate what's making me be in as much pain as I'm in. But we're here. 93 more days until surgery, right? 93 more days until upper FFS. We are still counting down. Um, I received a bunch of Enbrel stuff in the mail today, like 40 different packets of like how to use Enbrel, and like they're all like the same packets, but there's varying like. I got this like little travel kit, which is, it's just like whenever you see it, it's just like, oh god, there's just like, oh god, that why, and it's like I signed up for it. I mean, I signed up for it when I was doing the injection, so. But speaking of things that came in the mail today, I signed up for my passport on October 10th, right? I did the standard shipping. This wasn't like expedited. Expedited, it's like $60 more. It's supposed to come in like 2 to 3 weeks, whatever, something like that. And I submitted for standard, and I was like immediately after I did my passport photo, by the way, I was like, am I gonna like be able to use my passport if I get like cosmetic surgery? I was like, I'll be honest with you. Can I like, and they're like, you're gonna have to get a new passport, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I was just like, okay, well, maybe if I need to flee the country, like, I'll have an option kind of thing. So, because of that decision, I've been struggling to just like eat and get through the month. But that's what happens whenever you're like, when you're a broke bee, right? I'm eating way too many carbs and putting on a little weight. I need to get more of my nutrients in. Eating walnuts in the morning, vitamin C in the evenings. Doesn't really matter when, but varying my diet as much as I can. It's not nearly as good as it should be. But yeah, I've been really struggling to like get through with food and everything this month. But anyway, freaking it's the 22nd. It hasn't even been 2 full weeks. I got an email 2 days ago saying that my passport was approved. I didn't need to submit like these extra paperwork whatevers to try to get it approved. Now, if you're trans, you have to submit like an extra like piece of paperwork, like OOR versus Trump, or like your legal name change documentation, stuff like that. I don't think I sent any of that. I don't think I sent. I know I brought the envelope with that in it to the post office when I applied for it, but I don't think I sent that. So we got the passport. We got the passport, and it wasn't even like hard, and we got the proper gender marker. Cry harder. I can flee the country if you guys get too crazy. Hey, that's pretty cool, right? I just need to be able to afford it, right? So, so I got that taken out of the way. That's out of the way. It's so great to not have to continuously think, I need the money for that. And it's like, oh, I could have spent that money on that. Or like, oh, I wish I would have. And I don't have to do that anymore. I have the passport. I have the passport. I can literally go see friends if I want to. Um, like I said, 93 days until surgery. I could potentially go visit people right now. But we're a bit strapped on cash. Is that right? Something like, yeah. You know what I mean. A bit tight on funds. So I want to like work this part-time job to be able to get enough money for like after surgery, like post-surgery care, have the necessities that I need to actually be able to recover kind of thing. It's still a fair bit of time away. Um, you know, it's a little bit scary that it's in June or it's in January 23rd right now still. Um, but we're gonna go down the list. We still got more to talk about. So like yeah, so this whole thing is like I reached out to my surgeon, and or I reached out to the surgery scheduler, and I was like, how do I go for this like physical and like the blood work? Do I have to come out there to do the blood work? And they're like, oh yeah, you do. But then I was like, what if I did it in like a local um facility, and then like I linked my chart to that, and they're like, oh yeah, that works. And I'm like, okay, so what about like if I do the physical locally? And they're like, no, you have to come out here. And I'm still fatigued from this freaking injection, by the way. Like, bear with me. Need a little bit of air. Okay. Um, yeah, so it's just like, so I reached out to the surgery scheduler, right? And they were like, well, I'm going to reach out to the surgeon and we're going to make, like, plan from there kind of thing. So, um, they messaged me again later that day. They were just like, so they want to do another virtual consultation with you, right? So this would be or this would be the consultation or like whatever meetup number 4 with them. To my understanding, I only ever needed 2 to be able to get scheduled for surgery and be okay. But just to go over things, whatever. And like in my head, right? I'm like wishing, hoping, probably not the case, but like hoping, sort of thinking like, hey, they're gonna say you got that extra OR, we got this extra OR day, we're gonna get you scheduled sooner. Really hoping that we can do that, because that would save my sanity of like reading these insane people's comments about trans people and the blue hair and you got the nose piercing and what's next, and it's like uh, I can't do anything else. I don't have the money to do anything else. I'm just kind of stuck in this situation, and it's like either I go work a part-time job and have people cough and choke in my face, just open mouth cough in my face, and I get sick before surgery, which I really don't want to do that. Or, I just get surgery sooner and like I could make it work a lot easier if I got it done at the beginning of the month. If it was like, the beginning of like November, the beginning of December, like, right? Something like that. That would be perfect. They did get an extra OR day at the beginning of November, but that's kind of like too soon for me to. And then so like I'm worried about making the trip out there since this is another state. It's 180 miles away. So if it gets snowy or if it's going to potentially snow or bad weather, blah, 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 whatever, I'm already driving a car that needs another repair again, right? I got to take it down again every Friday, right? Every single Friday, I just take it down for another repair, right? Just assume that I'm putting all my money into my car, right? But so I'm remaining optimistic about stuff, but at the same time, I don't know how it's really going to play out. I'm still just like really happy that I have a surgery date scheduled still at this point. It's still so stressful with everything going on in the world. It's like, can I just please get this done and over with before like anything jeopardizes it any further, right? Because things have just been freaking crazy. If you don't live in like a trans person's mentality or lifestyle, if you can't even put yourself in my shoes, you wouldn't understand what's going on with this. It's just really scary times, right? So there's that, right? But so given all of this and all of that, and I want to get this part-time job, but if I get it, it's for extra funds toward surgery recovery. Okay, fine, whatever. Then boom, freaking they're taking away the SNAP benefits, right? Or we're maybe not getting the SNAP benefits. It's not that much money for like it's not that helpful whenever like freaking food costs so much anymore anyway. It's like it's cheaper to go to like Chipotle every day than to go to the grocery store anyway. But like trying to balance like eating too many carbs. I'm trying to balance my diet for things that I need to actually eat prior to surgery to make sure that like things go a little smoother. I can recover better, right? I don't want to eat a lot of processed food. Then I'm gonna like definitely scar. I'm gonna have a longer recovery, etc., etc. Healthy foods basically off the table at this point. I mean, it's getting to be like this tight squeeze of like, is it gonna work out with certain things? Like, so I've just been eating ramen lately. Like literally, this is like I'm like if I'm gonna buckle down and eat garbage, I'm gonna do it sooner than later. Like I'm gonna do it now, and then closer to surgery, I can eat like more healthy kind of thing. So I've just been eating like freaking garbage. It's been horrible. Um, yeah. So it's a stressful time, right? And I'm looking into other options, and it's just like I still think I probably should apply for this part-time job, just to go do this part-time job. Think I'll be okay with it if I can wear a mask, and I don't know. I don't want to do that. Like I feel like because I'd be a greeter at the door, ringing people up, etc. Like doing like basic kind of. It's just a lot of work. It's like it's a lot of work for somebody that is in this much pain, and I understand why people would look at me and be like, "You're lazy if you don't do like or whatever," or like if I'm doing it and just like that I'm fatiguing as much as I am or in as much pain as I am. I get it if it doesn't look like it because I look, right? But I'm almost 34 and I'm dying inside. I have like an 80-year-old body that's failing me with ankylosing spondylitis. It's not fun. So, I mean, that's where we're at with like all this stuff right now. So, yeah, it's just a really weird point in time. I wish like I felt more secure just moving forward. I wish I could have got scheduled for this like 2 years ago or something. That like I still have this 90 days to wait, but it's like 2022 going into 2023 or something. And I'm just like waiting at home, and I can go on Facebook, and there isn't just like a constant stream of like, oh, trans people should end themselves, or here's this one with the rope, here's this image with the gun facing backwards, here's this one with the like these constant like it's okay, it's not okay to bully people unless they're trans. Then you're allowed to like openly misgender them intentionally on purpose. If you report it, there's nothing that happens. It continues to snowball. This has a toll on people's mental health. It's like I'm limited to my social spaces being like online right now. It's either that or just go work at the freaking whatever, and then like whoever comes in the door, right? Just go off their energy, which I would love. I would love to actually be able to do this. So like, I feel like, I feel like working a part-time job probably would be the best thing for me, mentally, financially. It's just a matter of like I cannot afford to get sick, and I cannot afford to hurt myself doing very, very simple things. Like the worst thing I have to do is carry like a 70-pound ladder with somebody else, or like a 50-pound ladder by myself, and I'm not sure I can do either of those. Um, so I'm a little bit worried about like saying, yeah, I can do that, and then not really being able to do that. You know what I mean? Um, I wish I could just kind of like lay low and get a loan for however much, like do like $1,000 I was originally thinking, but at this point I'm thinking, well, maybe I actually need like a loan for like 1,500, something like that. I don't have good credit. I know back in the day I had medical bills that my parents didn't turn over to me when I moved out, and that like nuked my credit. And then I think they took medical bills away from like what determines your credit at this point. But like I still don't have good credit even though I've paid in the 2 cars now. So it's kind of like really unfair that I'm just like stuck in this situation, but um yeah, I'd like to tap into like something else. I'd like to start doing some like freaking I'd like to start doing some freaking like something else. I wish I would have like had a freaking successful Twitch whatever thing back in the day, back when I was number 4 on Xbox 360. I still think about that every once in a while. It's like I remember when League of Legends people were making like $10,000 a day or whatever. It's like I could have easily had like a nice following kind of thing, but I was just a little bit before that. Missed my window on that. There's other things. I mean, my timing has not been right on it with the get rich quick scheme type stuff, right? Um, but yeah. So I feel like where I'm at, right, in life, I feel like I'm kind of like clumped in with these people that are like not so with it or there. I feel like cognitively I got a lot going on. Maybe I've said this a bunch of times at this point in these videos, but like I feel like my brain's just always going, and I got something, some sort of thought, and then it's just a matter of putting it to action. Certain physical limitations, certain like legal limitations that it's like I'm only allowed to do so much and still be like, but like I need some sort of level of security net because I know how easily I am to get injured. And yeah, I'm also going to be applying for this grant for additional surgery funds stuff. That's after March of 26. So I gotta take a deep breath again. So yeah, I'm gonna apply for this, and so it happened if I get sick and I need to postpone my face surgery, which I don't mentally think I can tolerate or do it anymore at this point. It's just like it's so taxing on me. Um, I'd potentially lose my insurance coverage for that after March, given how the political climate of everything is. So, do you understand where my stress is coming from? Do you understand why I'm like I am at this point? If you've watched like all my videos up to this point, do you understand why I'm like freaking worried and like sick and stressed and like it's just like so like I mean, so the options are if I get sick, I can still get the surgery covered kind of thing a little bit later if I have to reschedule past March. Or I can get lower FFS and probably get it for like 97% off, which I'll gladly do that if I feel like I need it. I don't know if I really need it. I know my chin's kind of a little more, but I don't hate my chin, I don't okay, I used to say in my apartment, I used to be like I could pass if it weren't for my mansion. All right. All right. I'll see myself out. Um yeah, I'm just happy that I'm not like freaking just like dying right now still because these past few days have been a lot. It's like I'd get messages from people and I'd like know that I'm trying to message them back, but like I'm just like I can't even like I know like some of the side effects of that medication were like neurological problem like so yeah, I'm glad I'm like getting away from it. I'm glad that like I've realized that there's an issue and I'm not going to like take the medication again. My rheumatologist was like, "Oh yeah, you could either take the medication again or you could hold it for now." I'm like, "For now?" It's like and she's like, "Well, yeah, we can like discuss other options. You can keep your appointment in December with me." It's like, "Lady, listen, I have a surgery coming up in January and I'm not going through this again. And especially if I got to go to a physical prior and if I'm taking a medication and the only other options are 2 weeks to a month to 4 to 6 or 2 weeks, a month, or 6 to 8 weeks in my system." No. I'm like, we don't need that December appointment, right? Um, but yeah, so I don't know how bad my condition otherwise is going to affect me. Everybody's kind of different with how ankylosing spondylitis kind of like hurts them. I wish it wasn't such a gay name. Like, why does it have to? I mean, I guess it's suiting, whatever. Anyway, I don't feel like rambling too much more, but just kind of filling you in with like the whole loop of the situation of everything right now. To the people that think Caitlyn Jenner was the first transgender individual, maybe dump them. If you think that Caitlyn Jenner was the first trans person, that's when you start realizing trans people exist. They've been around longer than that. What else should I say? If your boyfriend thinks trans people, if your boyfriend can't like go behind a trans person like without belittling them, dump them, dump them, dump them, dump them. They're crazy. They might hurt you. Dump them. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. All right. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. All right. Yep. All right. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just yeah. Like I said, I'm just a little happy that I'm not like dying. I got my freaking passport and yeah, I'm gonna continue to make these videos going forward. So Until the next one.